Good morning from the Possible Dream Homestead. Well, it is the 2nd of April 2023. Daylight savings ended this morning. There's a beautiful chill in the air, and I've checked the next week's forecast and it looks like the severe heat has moved on. A couple of 30 days, but nothing over that. So that's good. So today is D-Day. I'm going to start cleaning out the food forest ready for planting. I've got about 30 fruit trees to go in, about 50 pigeon peas, but all this needs to be sorted first. And I thought I would go around and do a video of it from all the way around the outside and then see what it looks like when I'm done. Hopefully I'll get a couple of hours in here today. So as you can see, there's plants that have gone crazy on their own and doing really well. There are indicator weeds telling me where my deficiencies are. You can see along this edge where the mower doesn't get to. I've been cutting that grass every morning and feeding to the rabbit and the guinea pig. Saves me buying a little bit of food. In here is a trellis hiding with a pepino on it. It's actually been bearing in under there through summer without watering, so that's good. In amongst the dead radishes there is a poinciana tree. Somehow this silver beet survived on neglect. I mean, it's not doing well, but it survived. I'm thinking this area here might be the start of a new sweet potato area, because when I show you down further, you'll see why. I've got some wood chip there I'd like to save for putting the trees in. A whole heap of rubbish to figure out what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of. So these trellises, I really actually like these pallet trellises. I think they're awesome. The loofahs like them over here. That was all through summer they grew. I've also got a blackberry in there. And then there's things like comfrey and geranium. A few snake beans have popped up. And then we get on to what's the start of my rubble collection area, which is on the to-do list in amongst all the weeding, and the sweet potato bed, which is about 50-50 of grass and sweet potatoes at the moment. I need to make a new area because the sweet potatoes have got a grub in them, and it's because I didn't mulch them last year and actually keep the sweet potatoes under the ground. As soon as a part of the sweet potato itself sticks out of the ground, this caterpillar gets impregnated to it, and then it just thrives. So this area is going to be shut down for sweet potatoes, but I can get lots of slips, as you can see, and there's about 4 or 5 different varieties in there. It'll be a bit of hit and miss of what I actually get. Besides the white one with gets the purple streaks in it, that one's got a completely different leaf, so I'll be able to figure that out. But as you can see, like geranium and comfrey, I want to divide these. I want to make the whole edge of the garden or the fruit forest as comfrey, so the ride-on mower can get right up close and mow to get the grass, and it won't matter if the comfrey gets touched because it'll just bounce. Actually, it'll probably thrive from it. In under there is a whole more bunch of pallets covered in grass. Can't imagine why I would have a 2-metre long brown snake take-up residence down here. You know, like what could possibly attract him to being down here? Sorry, for anyone that doesn't know me, huge sarcasm, because I know it. I know why it's here. So we come on to what was originally my bed. It's still got the fence around it. That's going to come down. I've got cannas growing in there, which I will chop and drop. One of those small clumps of cannas has actually saved a lychee tree during summer. I thought it was completely kaput, but no, it's still alive. And then here's my ice cream bean tree from my mate Kim at Little Acres Homestead. It's done really well, and then just because Kim's so smart, I've only just learnt that it's actually a basis tree for our area. And then I've got things like turmeric and stuff. I have got dwarf mulberry cuttings that look like they have struck. I've actually put a bottle brush in here, and that was not out of planning. That was, I bought it because it was on special, reduced, and it needed to go into the ground, and I went, why not? Possibly a little bit too close to the ice cream bean tree, but you know, like, never been very good at planning. So all this will be cleaned up. These were failed compost bins. I just could not keep them wet enough and not enough green material to compensate for all the palm fronds. So they will be headed over onto the fire heap, which will get burnt, and then I will put all the ash into the garden. So I've got a pomegranate hiding in here doing really well. There's actually a moringa in there. Some local guavas. So they're the ones with the pink centres. And I literally hopped off the highway early hours of the morning, big trucks going past, scaring the crap out of me. And I'll be honest, I was doing a school run and I just put clothes on over the top of my nightie. And I was on the side of the highway digging these buggers up. There's actually another one in there. There's chocolate mint as a ground cover through here. But leeks and spring onions, some potatoes, they've all just sprung back up, all volunteers. The pineapple sage has done great. It is definitely one of my, do they call it keystone? Maybe foundation plant that I can grow easily here on neglect. Chop it and drop it. It brings the bees in. They love those little red flowers. It'll be absolutely loaded, buzzing. So I actually don't have a lot of things that are flowering at the moment. So it's good to have them. And there's like a stump in there. And a trailer that's going to grow either turmeric or ginger up with the bathtubs. And then, yeah. So I'm going to do a video of the cleanup. I don't know how that will go because this will be my first time. But yeah, let's hope I can get some stuff sorted. All right. Hope you have an awesome day. That's a climbing bean. Look at the bulbs on the roots. It's growing in the path, which I don't want. I'm just going to put it over in the garden so it puts all that wonderful nitrogen into the garden bed. This is a really prolific producer too. Love it. So I want to bring it in here to show you what's going on. This is where I've just been weeding and getting the trees. But I've been a bit picky. Like, I'm taking out Farmer's Friends, ragweed. I mean, Farmer's Friends that have got seeds on them. Ragweed, inkweed. There's another one I don't know the name of. But I want to show you why I'm being selective. Okay, so for the moment, I'm leaving the plants, like the pigeon pea and the pineapple sage. Pineapple sage because of the flowers, but because I want to go through this. So I'm getting out the grass, but the small Farmer's Friends I'm pulling out and just dropping on the ground. As you can see, there are volunteers. Dandelion. I don't see milk thistle as a weed because that feeds the wanderer butterflies. I got spring onions still in here. Nasturtiums popping up. Plantain is of use to me, so it's not a weed. Under here, it's another reason why this is called a Mexican sage bush. It's prolific, it loves it here. But this is why I haven't been cutting it back too much. Under here, my echinacea have regrown. So, you know, that sort of thing I want to savour. And then I'll mulch and stuff around them. Alright, so then we come in here. This is Egyptian spinach. It's self-seeded. I've got turmeric from where I put it in. It's either turmeric or galangal. Maybe galangal. These are walking onions. Over here's comfrey. And this is the strawberry patch. It's just abundant with strawberry plants, and it's got the mint all through it. That's what I was breaking off the top. There's all the dead flower stems from the mint. Right then, you know, here's another wild cotton. Then we got chives here, normal spring onion, nasturtiums, and then up in here is more Egyptian spinach. Haven't really found what else is surviving in here yet, but you can see my olas are still there. I'm going to leave that. So I'm just picking and choosing what I want to come out. So definitely grasses, Farmer's Friends with seeds, the ragweed. But as you can see, I've now just made it to the path. That's from over there. There's a pigeon pea, and like normal, it's got its seeds there, and these ones, because they're only small amounts, I'm just going to pop them out wherever I can because I want them to grow. Even though I've done heaps of seedlings, you know, where they volunteer is even better than what I can do. Right, so see there's more chives under there. And there's something of millions plant that I need to pull out because apparently you can get fined for that one. So speaking of which, there you go, it's out. Oh look, walking onions. Some of the bulblets. See what it's doing down in there? But I'll take these bulblets and I'll go put them up in a bathtub. Because I will move these from here. They haven't done great. They have survived. And that's it. But so yeah, these are the comfrey. They'll be dividing and spreading around. So look, this is a spinach. Right, so you can see how old it is and what it's been fighting with and how much it's decided it's going to survive. Jeez, I really hope that was not the brown snake, because he should be gone by now. So then, yeah, so I'll bring mulch into here. I've got aged chook manure that I found, some really old dynamic lifter, I'll throw them in, and mulch from the dump. And then plant some more. So I was watching a video, I think it was Jeff Lawton said it, that you should put your citrus trees on the outside and Funny enough, I kind of already done that here except for a lemon tree that's in the middle. Like this is a navel, I think a dwarf navel orange. And my other kumquats around the side. So if that's the case, then up here, right, so see there's a chili there, spring onions, the pigeon pea, we come across, there's lavender, thyme, that's turmeric, a marigold of course, a cosmos on its way out. Yeah, what I threw up here were strawberry plants that I accidentally pulled out while pulling out weeds. Where are they? There we are. These were other plants I accidentally pulled out. So milk thistle, marigold, spring onions, and the bean was already there. No, that was the one I transplanted because it was in the path. So anyway, I'm just gonna chuck these strawberries in here and hope for the best. It looks like it might rain this afternoon, which would be good. So anyway, back to the trees. This galangal curry plant. Up in here, volunteer passion fruit and a volunteer avocado. Now the avocado I'm going to have to feed well, but during summer it's really going to need shade. I'm going to have to put artificial shade over that, I think. Nothing I've got. Maybe a pigeon pea here in the corner might shade it quick enough. So I was thinking in here, so that's a cutting from a dwarf mulberry, but it does not look like it's doing anything. But I might just give it the benefit of the doubt. Here's some more. All right, so let's go with maybe in there because it's got the old arbor beside it. I have got a citrus tree to go in there. And maybe one here. There's a mulberry there. I've got mulberries up there with my citrus, which are doing okay. Well, they were. They've got issues now, but not from the mulberry. Yeah, so I think that will be my first paintings. Pigeon pea here and a citrus tree in there. As well as pigeon peas, like there'll be pigeon peas up here as well. And I've got some other shrubbier plants. So this is the really yummy climbing bean that I don't know the name of, and it's going to use the dill as a stalk, which, speaking of dill, so I've got some more volunteers down here. Not really sure what they are, probably radish. There's a lot of the plants that were dead in here that I broke down and chopped and dropped were radish. Just going to throw some of these dill seeds around because dill is wonderful. Not that I like to eat it, but it's great for deterring bugs. Oh, and look here in the path, all young plantain. So if any of that survives after me walking all over it, I will put that in the garden because I have some plans for plantain. All right, that's the end. I shall talk to you later. Enjoy your day gardening.